District Public Library, Ukulele Club, Wood County District Public Library.
Never played this song before, also.
Ukulele Club. Come on along and play your ukes with me. It's the Ukulele Club. One more time.
Thank you.
Wood County District Public Library, Ukulele Club. Wood County District Public Library, Ukulele Club. Come on along and play your ukes with me. It's the Ukulele Club. Hey everybody, we're back again at the Wood County District Public Library.
Is that really where we're at, though? Because that's not what it.
You know, where we are now, believe it or not, is the parking lot of Coconut Grove Music in Kailua?
I think so.
Coconut Grove Music in, I think, Kailua, Hawaii, on the island of Oahu.
Hit them up on their Facebook page. It'll freak them out. Those people from Ohio doing.
Nice little store.
It's beautiful.
It's near one of the best beaches in the world, Kailua Beach, and it's where we bought this particular ukulele, this Kala Travel tenor. It's extra thin, very easy to travel with. Got a slightly curved back, which gives it a great sound, even though it's small and thin. And it's got a palm tree right on the edge of the parking lot and mountains behind. So it's an awesome place to take a little snapshot.
But I interrupted you. You were saying your spiel about how cool the library is.
The library, okay, so now for the last couple of weeks we've had curbside pickup. So you can go to the library website, WCDPL.org. You can get a temporary library card number if you need one still. You can put requests, put holds on books and videos and CDs and all sorts of things that we have in our collection. And you can come and pick them up curbside. And there's more details about that on the website. There are online story times throughout the week at various points. There's chat and email reference service, and of course you can call on the phone as well to find out more information. Yeah, we have phones. I don't have a phone in my office, but the library has phones, so you can call and find out stuff.
So if you need a ukulele consultation, you can't really. You have to get a hold of them. You have to like leave a message on this thing.
Yeah, well, you can always leave a comment here on
Yeah.
on the Facebook. Here on the Facebooks, as the kids say. I just as long as we're sidetracked anyway. I occasionally feel like I should mention that the ukuleles that Sheri and I both are playing for these ukulele club sessions are both tenor ukuleles, which means they're a little bit bigger than a standard ukulele that you might have at home. These are the kinds. This is the size of ukulele, the style of ukulele that a lot of professional players use because
all those professional ukuleles.
It's got a nice long, roomy fingerboard, so your fingers can dance around and do all kinds of fancy things. But also, if you just sort of happen to have big, clumsy fingers, it's like me. It's handy to have a big fingerboard also. But a little tiny ukulele as well has a great sound, and it's even if you've got big hands, a small ukulele is still easy to play and fun and sounds great. This just happens to be my favorite ukulele, and all of the rest of the ones that we have are loaned out to other people right now.
Yeah, this is my second best. I should bring the Kamaka sometime.
You should.
My second best ukulele. I like it because it's got the cutaway here. So like if I want to play that note, it's easy.
Or the note above it. Okay, but we are here to do stuff that you can play along with at home if you have a ukulele, or even if you don't have a ukulele. Stuff that is easy and fun to do if you're a beginner, but also occasionally we will try to offer you something that's interesting and fun to do even if you're a more advanced player.
In particular, if you are like a kind of on it guitar player, we're going to do some finger work today. And so if you want to play along, grab your guitar and capo 5, and you will have magically the top 4 strings of you. Almost.
And a couple extra bass strings that you just don't need.
Right.
Okay. All right, well, shall we begin with... I should advocate tuning up.
Oh, we should all advocate tuning.
I was going to have my tuner on so that I didn't forget. So here's an A. There are a lot of tuner apps and clip-on tuners that you can get. Here's an A. And I'll just make sure string number 1 matches that note reasonably well. I don't know. How shall we proceed?
Let's just do the tune, give the pitch for the tuner.
Oh, so here's the E. Here's the string 2. String 3, the C. And here's string 4, the G.
Isn't there supposed to be some mnemonic for remembering the names of these? Just like all elephants can go.
Yes. That's great.
Thank you. There's better ones. There must be a better one. But all elephants can go is true.
All elephants can go. Go, elephants, go.
Okay.
So having done that,
they're here for the ukuleles, not the jokes, right?
we're going to talk a lot today. Sheri's going to talk a lot today about right hand technique, things that you can do when you're plucking or strumming the strings. As far as the left hand, we're going to spend a lot of time on this easy G6 chord. 2nd fret on the 1st string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. You just need 2 fingers for that. I usually use my middle and ring fingers for that, mostly because that gives me a lot of options about where to go from there to the next chord. So it should sound like this, or if you strum it up, which I like to do, it ends on the G. Okay, take it away.
We're going to sing Down in the Valley.
We're going to sing Down in the Valley.
Just like we all used to do, just like we did last week.
So, 2 chords, but they use the same, if you like, they use the same 2 fingers. That's the way I'm going to advocate doing it. So whatever 2 fingers you've got on your 1st and 3rd string on the 2nd fret, just move them over to the other 2 strings for the other chord. So we'll have this one, down in the valley, valley so red. Just move them to the other 2 strings, hang your head over, and then back again, hear the wind blow. That's it. Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow. I don't really know this song very well.
You're doing great.
Hang your head over, hear the wind blow.
I think the rest of the verses are something about losing your love and being sad, so.
Do 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 do
So we were playing that kind of just.
I in particular was just going 1, 2, 3, down, up, down, up, just strum with my thumb.
I'm doing the same thing with my index fingers. My thumb doesn't do that. I don't know why.
And for a while I was going down with my thumb and up with my index finger. Lots of options about how even to do a simple pattern like that with different fingers.
And so one of the things that I was doing was giving each string its own little moment to shine, doing arpeggios, which is part of the Wolf system, right? The worried about losing my finger system. Last week we worried about losing the fingers of your left hand, and for equal time you could worry about losing the fingers of your right hand. And the way not to lose your fingers is to put them on a string.
By which we mean just not remember where they are.
Right. There's no power tools are used in this ukulele lesson. You will not sever any important fingers. So hardly anyone uses the pinky on your right hand when you're playing ukulele. Like I use all of the fingers of my left hand.
Use it for drinking tea.
Yeah, you save this for tea drinking. You could extend it if you need to be fancy. You could probably keep your pinky extended while you play the ukulele, but that introduces hand tension, so don't do it. Let him fly. So anyway, this is your useless ukulele finger in case you need one. So what I'm gonna do, I've got 4 strings and I've taken this finger out of consideration. So I've got 4 strings and 4 fingers. So I'm just gonna match them.
Or like a Muppet or a Mickey Mouse or something.
Yeah, the Mickey would be a good ukulele player.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put my thumb on the top string here on number 4, and I'm gonna put my index finger on the next one, and my middle finger on the next one, and my ring finger on this last one. So I want you to just line up those fingers, just line them up so that everyone has his own private string, right? We're no string sharing. It's safe strings. Everyone's got their own private string. And what I want you to do then is just close your hand. So your whole hand is very calm. There's no like, wah, woo, yippee. That's, later if you're being flashy, but if you want to play fast and you want to have not very much tension in your hand, all of the action is going to come from this back of your hand right here. So we're just going to strike these. So again, your thumb is going to be out ahead of your fingers a little bit, because your thumb is going this way and your fingers are going in, so you're just closing your hand. Because your thumb and your fingers are opposable, so that you can make tools.
The ukulele is the perfect instrument for a primate.
Yes.
With opposable thumbs.
Have you ever seen a kitten play the ukulele? I've seen a kitten napping on my ukulele. I've seen a kitten attack a ukulele, but never play.
I feel like I should point out at this moment that Sheri, you have a strap holding up your ukulele, whereas the rest of us might not. So for me, if I'm focusing on what I'm doing with my right hand, this is easiest if you're sitting down. So the body of the instrument is just resting on my leg, and the neck of the instrument is sort of resting in my left hand. Just holding, just putting my left hand there just to keep the neck up, not really putting a lot of work into supporting it. But then that way I can concentrate on what I'm doing with my right hand. Also, depending on the size and style of the instrument, you might find that cradling it in your right arm works well. And what kind of grip, because this one is so thin, the body of this one is so thin, it's a little harder to hold on to for me than a usual ukulele. My arm sort of gets out around it a little better, like the one Sheri has.
The one workshop I had with James Hill, I asked him how he didn't have a strap. He just sort of like, I don't know, he just glues it to himself like this. He was standing up and glued, his ukulele was glued. I don't know how he did it.
There's a certain amount of just like forearm pressure that can hold it up, because it's not a very heavy instrument either.
But honestly, having a strap is nice, and I have a pin in the bottom of mine for my strap, like a guitar. But you can also get a strap that loops around your neck, comes up, and clips onto your sound hole. We should try to bring one of those next week.
Yeah,
that's what most. It's nice because you can take your hands off it then, right? I like the strap because I can take my hands off. Okay, so put your finger on the strings, and let's just do this open.
One on each string.
One on each string. So what I want you to do is just go thumb. And all the rest of these fingers, they're just hanging out on the strings, right? And then I'm gonna put at some point, my thumb's gonna go back and rest on this string again. And then I'm gonna hit my index finger, and then I'm gonna move my middle finger, and then my little tiny ring finger. Your middle finger and your ring finger are going to give you the most trouble. So we're just going to do one right after another. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And my fingers are hovering above the strings. My thumb always goes down a little early because I want to know where I'm at. So as my ring finger is plucking, my thumb is going, where am I? What am I? Oh, here, I'm going to go over there. He's always ready. So this way you can practice the motion without worrying about your left hand at all. So you can drink your tea with your left hand, have your lovely summer lemonade.
Or if you don't have a strap, maybe you're just holding on to the ukulele with your left hand, whatever. You can hold it on, at the upper bout there, or by the neck, or whatever.
I actually like holding on to it here because you can feel the vibration through the wood or the plastic, whatever your uke is made of. It feels nice. And you can feel how each string feels a little slightly different when you strike it. It causes a different vibration in the wood. This is how you go into your ukulele trance and drive your housemates crazy. So let's should we do this with the metronome?
Sure.
And then we'll make a chord with the left hand.
So I have a tuner app on my phone. I also have a metronome app on my phone, and there's a lot of these out there, and they all basically do the same thing. They click at a constant speed that you can adjust. And this one is clicking at 72 beats per minute, which is a pretty nice speed for practicing this.
Also, I have a metronome app that you can get it to make different noises instead of a click. I've got one that quacks. Quack, quack.
I think this one might be able to quack, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to explore that right now.
So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna let 2 beats go in between, right?
Yeah.
Hang out, rest. We're so tired, rest. And listen for when the click comes and when your finger strikes. You can try to practice not doing this. Try to hit when the click hits. And if it helps, you can give it a thumb. It helps me. It's a little bit early. And everybody does this. Actually, though, I've heard Jake Shimabukuro say that he does not play with the metronome because a lot can happen between the beat clicks. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time, even though.
I can keep doing this, and you can talk.
Thank you. That's a good idea. So what he says he does is practice with a drum backing him, like get a drum app for your phone, which you can also do, and then you can practice playing in time while you hear the subdivisions of these beats, and you sound cooler, because this is cool. But you can sound cooler if it was. Okay, so go ahead.
Footnote for more advanced players, and this for me, I most of the time I am a bass player, not a ukulele player, and for bass players it's super extra important to have good time and be right on the beat, and so one of the games that bass players play is this one, where you run the metronome only half as fast. So your job is to so the click is not telling you where every note is. It's only telling you where the first and third notes are. So you've got to place the second and fourth notes yourself. And then the next step beyond that is to flip it. And play against the backbeat. And let the metronome be the snare drum on 2 and 4. You do that for like 10 minutes and your time will improve amazingly.
Yeah.
Amazingly. And if you keep doing it every day or every month, whatever, it's great.
I have a metronome app that randomly leaves beats out.
Oh,
Randomly.
nice.
Okay, so what I want you to do is finger. In a second, I'm going to give us something for the advanced folks. But let's put that G chord back on.
So just two fingers, second fret, first string and third string, G string and C string.
And the ocean waves. This is lovely. Okay, I thought I had something else to say before this, but I guess I didn't. So what I want you to do, if this is enough for you, oh yeah, I was gonna point out that my hand is not going like this. It's not jumping. You know the jumping flea story about how the ukulele got its name? That's when you play fast. It's not got to do with your hands jumping off. So what I want you to do if you're advanced players, we're going to do a pull off, which means that you've got your finger, your left finger, one of your left fingers fretting a string, and then without touching it with your right hand, you're going to pull your left finger off.
See if I can get that on the camera. You have to pluck it like this. So I'm plucking it with my right thumb and then pulling off the finger with my left hand.
So what we're going to do is we're going to play through this chord. Bum, 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 pull off. 1, 2, 3, 4, pull off.
We're just holding it.
If you're me, this speeds up as you go, which is why it's good to have the metronome. Oh, can you put all the beats back in?
Yep.
Because I'm not that cool. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it a little higher for us now.
Pull off. I love this. It's so pretty. And it's okay if this note, the pull off, is not quite as loud.
Or if it's louder. Pull-offs are not one of my best things.
So the opposite of that is the hammer on. And we'll just do this quickly and then we'll get back to the song because I feel like we've been talking about it.
Okay.
So if you finger a D chord,
Just take those same two fingers, move them over one string.
so this time your left hand's going to act early. You're going to hit the string open and then take this middle finger and slam him down on the right spot. Hammer on. So in this case, I'm going to go ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum. It's a little grace note. Isn't he pretty? Okay, so if you're a beginner, don't worry about those things. But if you're advanced, I want you to start playing with that all the time. Do it everywhere you can. It'll be a little bit obnoxious at first, but eventually you might learn to control it. I'm not sure that I've learned to control it, so maybe it never happens. So let's try Down in the Valley with this. Bum, bum, bum. Or if you are a little more advanced, bum, 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 bum. Pretty.
Okay, and let's think about how we're going to fit this pattern into the song because it's so for the sake of fitting into the song, we might be doing this arpeggio a little faster. Down, down, down in the valley, valley so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear. Hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow.
It doesn't matter where you do it, just do it. You might notice that my fingers are a little bit out of control sometimes. So I go, and sometimes, and this is fine, you do whatever sounds good to you. So what I was doing a bunch on that song is going thumb, index, middle, ring, and then going back down, middle, index. It sounds like water flowing. So there's no wrong way to do it. Finger the chord with your left hand, and then pluck the strings as you wish with your right hand. Time to get silly?
I think maybe it is.
Okay. So ordinarily, I would sing this next song, probably strumming. So it's the same two chords, and I want you to just listen to where you think it should change. And if you change late, that is fine. If you change early, also fine. If you don't change at all, probably also fine. And remember, if you don't want to, if you're tired, because your right hand might be getting tired,
yep,
you can do this.
G and D are great, but C, or Z, as they call it in the rest of the English-speaking world, is also good.
So, or you can try your beautiful new. Isn't that pretty? So let's put words to it. And the beautiful, this is called actually it's meant to be a polka. But we're not playing it as a polka. It is the throw it out the window polka, which is one of my it's one of my favorites. I really like it. It makes me happy. So the words to the song are every nursery rhyme you've ever imagined. And when you get to the end of each nursery rhyme, you'll know what to do after the first one. Old Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard, get her poor dog a bone. When she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window, the second story window. When she got there, the cupboard was bare, so she threw it out the window. Jack Sprat. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean. So betwixt them both, you see, he threw it out the window, the second story window. So betwixt them both, you see, they threw it out the window. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and threw it out the window, the second story window. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and threw it out the window. Old King Cole. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, he called for his bowl, and he threw him out the window, the window, the second story window. He called for his pipe and he called for his bowl, and he threw it out the window. It can get sort of violent, like this one. Georgie Porgy, puddin' and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. And when the boys came out to play, he threw him out the window. I think Georgie goes out the window, not the boys. The second story window. When the boys came out to play, they threw him out the window. Which is how that should have gone, right? You keep playing, I'm looking at my list. I can't look at my list and sing it. Oh! My favorite one, Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and threw her out the window, the second story window. Along came the spider and sat down beside her and threw her out the window. You could write that so she throws the spider out, but I like this one better.
It's a good way to practice your pronouns also.
It is. Let's see. Oh, and then you can do songs, right? Mary had a little lamb, her fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, she threw it out the window, the second story window. Everywhere that Mary went, she threw it out the window.
I've just moved my left hand, so I'm not using the same two fingers anymore, because those two fingers in that position were getting kind of cramped up. So I'm now using my index and middle finger, and it feels a little better for now.
Down in the valley so low, hang your head over and throw it out the window, the second story window. Hang your head over and throw it out the window. Here's my favorite one. 3 blind mice, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife and threw her out the window, the second story window. They all ran after the farmer's wife and threw her out the window. Which I think is fair because she's been violent to them for centuries. So again, that song is endless.
Yes.
To
Yes,
the delight of your housemates, that song is endless. Yay. I think it's time for. Do you have anything else to say, or is it time for our?
I think it's time to play you off with the theme song, which happens to use the same 2 chords again. So you'll want to shake out your left hand, maybe flex those fingers a little bit, rub them. We'll be back next Monday at 1 again here on
Yeah,
Facebook
because we
Live.
get and happy weekend of celebration and parties. Be safe, everybody. So if you're tired, you can. Ukuleles are also drums, remember?
And if you don't have a ukulele, there's other things you can tap on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Gently with permission.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Wood County District Public Library, Ukulele Club. It's the Wood County District Public Library, Ukulele Club. Come on along and play your ukes with me. It's the Ukulele Club. One more time. It's the Wood County District Public Library, Ukulele Club. Wood County District Public Library, Ukulele Club. Come on along